I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know. I was good with some of it, but some of the other shit, and I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I want up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag in all its forms. What, Cookie? Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is If Loving You Is Wrong, Season 3, Episode 1. So I've been sitting around here waiting with bated breath to see what happened to the baby, what happened to Randall, and all these various things. And I have to say, I kind of, oh man, whatever. Let's just go through it. We go right back to where we were. You got this old nasty bitch out on the boat with the baby upside down by one leg. And Eddie's still, everything's going on. It's all going on. So she literally went ahead and dropped the fucking baby in the water. Bam, in the water. And it was just like I said. The one that ran out there to get the baby was Brad. Brad, no problem. Boom, jumped up, ran down the embankment, jumped in the water. Eddie gonna say, that water is infested because at that point Lucia was saying, because they shot the fuck out of her. When she let that baby go, when that baby hit that water, so the fuck did she. They let her ass have it. They tore her ass up with a hot one right here. Bam. Bam, bitch. Got to go. And Lucia was like, somebody get that baby, get out there and get that baby. Eddie gets about how there's crocodiles and shit and gators and shit in the dam out in that water that they do venture down there that is infested. So it's like, okay, well, whatever. So all of that's going on. Lucian is holding Alex. She wasn't going to get her ass in the water anyway. I didn't get it because good old Randall, he didn't go get in the water because he wasn't nobody holding him. He could have went and got in the water. You so in love with RJ, and then that ain't even really the baby's name because I know she didn't name him Randall Jr. What is the baby's goddamn name? But anyway, he didn't get in the water. The only one got in the water was a couple officers and Brad. But Brad went and got the baby, and Brad brought the baby on back. Lucia did CPR and saved the baby. At that point, once the baby was saved, Brad's looking around, and it's like, this is a fucked up situation. He's looking, you got Randall over there, my son this, my son that, my son, talking that shit. And Alex is over there, with her overdramatic bullshit. And Brad's just kind of standing there. I kind of felt bad for Brad. I was like, damn, you really are mixed up in the midst of some fucked up shit. You'd have been done. Really, they'd have done you. But he was like, okay, whatever. It is what it is. And he's walking off. The fucking Eddie approached him and saying all this fucked up shit. Now, when all this stuff was going on, Eddie was talking straight shit to Randall. Because Randall ran up on Eddie and was like, you tried to hang me, this, that, thing, and the other. Now, I didn't understand that either. Because I can imagine that a motherfucker, I wouldn't even care if you did have on a police outfit. They would have had to get me off of Eddie. Because Eddie literally is the one who threw the rope over the tree, had it put onto his neck, and literally pulled the rope to strangle and hang Randall. Ain't no motherfucking conversation we've been having. Me and Eddie would have been rolling. Do you understand? They would have killed me because they'd have just seen me on the police officer because I would have fucked him up. There's no way we would have been having that kind of conversation. Ain't no your word against mine. Fuck you. You tried to do me, bitch. Your turn. I can't even imagine the Tyler Perry land. Anyway, um, Eddie's sitting there telling Brad, you could have got rid of that thing. That thing, and the other. He's steady going on. And he told me, he said, you got some issues. He really do. That Eddie got some issues. He needs to go. He needs to die a slow death. He's ridiculous. Then Eddie gets into it with Lucian. They going back and forth. He's accusing Lucian of being FBI, on and on and on. Lucian's throwing it back on him. And Lucian's telling him, well, the one thing that you need to be trying to figure out is where the fuck is Andrew? Where's Andrew? How did you get here? Andrew's car is here. Where the fuck is Andrew? Where's your car? How you get out of here, Eddie? And all of this. And I'm like, a mess. Nobody's questioning nothing when it comes to Eddie. He's still just walking around. I said, this is just crazy. The ambulance gets there. Lucian actually gets into it with Steven a little bit after that. He's like, we need to take Eddie down right now. Like, everything's here. Take him down right now. And he's like, no. We gotta wait. You gotta trust me on this, that, and the other. I don't know about Steven. I don't know about Steven. I'm telling you, Steven is giving me the same vibe that I got on Have and Have Nots from Erica. Something about Steven is not right. I've never thought it was right from the time that I started watching this program and that fucking Steven. I felt the same way about him as I did about Erica. So I got my motherfucking eye on that Steven. Something ain't right with him, but he's we got to take down this, not no drug dealer, a whole cartel, this, that, thing, and the other. Something ain't right with that Steven, I'm telling you. Something ain't right. So that we got that whole thing going on. Everybody's still with the, nobody knows where in the hell Andrew is. It ain't nobody saying nothing. So they allow Randall, because Randall first they had a little argument going. He said he want to get in the ambulance. They're like, we can only take one person, which would be Alex. He's forced it his way. She says she don't want him to go. Ain't nobody listening. Ain't nobody paying attention. Everybody, I said, come on, Tyler. Nobody's paying attention. Like, did we forget what we came out here for? When y'all came out here, this boy was hanging from a motherfucking rope. He was hanging from a rope. There's a background story. Nobody's approaching the background story. He acted a damn fool. He's being all abrasive to her, and ain't nobody saying nothing. He forced his way into the ambulance. All while he's in the ambulance, there was like so much stuff that went on in this ambulance, and you got a paramedic back there. She ain't saying nothing. Ain't nothing triggering to you that this motherfucker is as crazy as a motherfucking road lizard. The shit that was coming out of Randall's mouth. He sat back there in that motherfucking ambulance and threatened that girl. The attendant, the paramedic, she is, well, what happened to the baby? He says some crazy bitch drowned him, and I hope she burns in hell, and her trifling ass husband. And Alex is sitting there, and he just throwing these slurs. And the woman said, well, I'm the paramedic. I hope whoever it was gets what's coming to them. He goes, so she got what's coming to her. She got a bullet right between her eyes. You were talking about this girl's parents. Right, wrong, or different. You were talking about her motherfucking parents. Then he looks over and tells her that he don't want to go to the hospital where they're at. He wants to go to the hospital back where they're from, which is literally 3 hours away. What fucking where'd these paramedics come from? And when did Randall start giving out the motherfucking orders? Are you kidding me? We just got this baby had performed CPR. Yes, his vitals were looking good, but are we really going to drive? We just going to stay in the paramedic and just drive on off 3 hours to a different hospital. Why? Because Randall said so. Only in Tyler Perry land. I said, okay, y'all starting to irritate me. The shit was irritating the fuck out of me. So he goes on and tells her, they hit my mother. So it's her turn to get back. Alex is a mean bitch. She said, yeah, I know they hit your mother. And he's like, all I know is my mother better be all right. My mother better be up and walking around, or, basically all hell's going to break loose. Alex was like, well, I guess all hell's going to break loose because last I seen her, she was unconscious. I said, oh! Said she was unconscious, honey, and banged up. He gonna say, yeah, well, all I know is she better be walking around. You better hope she walking around. Paramedic ain't said nothing. He looking at her, and I'm telling, and y'all know how Randall do. Randall was looking just as crazy, like he would have choked Alex out right there in that motherfucking paramedics. And they going back and forth, and he's trying to get back to town so he can get to the court hearing. His court hearing was scheduled. You're still going to do this? You're still going to do this? Mm-hmm. Paramedics, they just all right with it. So this is crazy as fuck. So they was really getting on my nerves. Let's jump over to Joey and Natalie. Well, when you know it, Joey wakes up. Too fast, Tyler. Too fast. Too fast. It didn't even look good for the story. It was too fast. Joey woke up, told her, I'm in pain. It's hard to breathe. I'm not ready to die. It was sad shit. He wanted to know where's Fawn. Is Fawn okay? Did I kill Quan? Yeah, you did. He's feeling real bad about that and shit. He kept saying, why they keep coming at me? Why would he keep coming at me? Why wouldn't he stop? Why wouldn't he stop? This, that, and the other. And Natalie handled it the Natalie way and then told him, he said, I'm sorry, Mom, I'm sorry. She said, I'm gonna kick your ass when you get out. Natalie. So all that stretched out. Again, too soon. Too soon. There's no way Joey should have woke up that day, period. Too soon. But anyway, whatever, Tyler. I didn't write it. You did. Then he continues on. He wants her to find out what happened with Fawn. So she said, I'm going to go outside the room. I'm going to do it. He begged her, don't leave. Just call her right here. Just call her right. She's like, no. She didn't want to call Fawn's parents. She wanted to call her girlfriend at work. Or whatever. So she gets on out there. She goes out in the hall. As soon as she comes out in the hall, who does she run into but that motherfucking Tilda? Now, this was the best scene of the whole goddamn shit. Baby, when I tell you Natalie and Tilda went the fuck at it. And again, this was really Tyler Perry land as well. Because Tilda saying she just came up from the morgue, identified her son's body. And you walk in with two goons behind you and you trying to argue. No, that's kind of not the way that would actually go. Even being the cold, heartless bitch that she is. There would have been some rumbling. But anyway, she told her, she's like, that's okay, because it's an eye for an eye. Your boy, she said, oh, your old punk ass thug boy killed my son. She said, don't you dare try to turn this around, Tilda. Your son is the one that was trying to thug out, not mine. And she said, but he killed my son. That's the eye for an eye, bitch. Just like I had to identify my son's body, bitch, you gonna have to identify yours. And she's like, she said, you know what, Tilda? Don't threaten me and you better get out of my face. I said, come on through, Natalie. And they got to going back and forth. She told her some shit. She told her, you ain't shit. You still living in the projects like you was when we was in high school. She said, well, that's fine. I'd rather be living in the projects. She said, what do you have? She said, got up in her face, I have millions, bitch. Millions. She said, yeah, well, whatever it is that you have, you got it by laying on your back and scraping up your knees. I said, oh. And she said, well, whatever. And she told her that her fucking clothes looked like she came from the damn dollar store. She told her, and your clothes are all too young for you. Bitch, you pushing 40 and you need to get a grip. I said, oh shit. Okay. So they just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then she kept on. She said, well, I'm telling you, your son's going to get done. So you just don't worry about it. She said, I'm telling you. She said, I'm telling you, Tilda, you better get out of my face. I'm going to whoop your ass the way I used to. I'm going to whoop your ass. She going to say, yeah, well, whatever. This, that, thing, and the other. They just kept going back and forth, back and forth. She said something else. She said, are you threatening me, Tilda? I'm telling you. Because she said some shit to her. She told her, she said, I'm telling you. Just when Natalie couldn't take no more, baby, and she had done reached all the way up on top, up in here. She had her up in here. Had her all my fucking wig. I said, oh, damn. I said, come on, Natalie, come on, get her. So she had her all up in here. That damn Lucius. And that Lucian that showed up and grabbed her hand out of him. And them little goons, they some punks. Child, because when she snatched her, you know, goons will fuck you up. Male, female, or otherwise. If not, why do you even have them with you? The whole handful of her head that she had, and they ain't moved. I said, oh, that, because Lucia was standing right there behind her. All hell would have broke loose. So Lucia broke her away from her and was like, damn, I can't leave you for 5 minutes. You out here fighting and shit. And she went on, she gonna say, I'm gonna see you, I'm gonna see you. She said, you better get out of here, bitch. So she went on, and that was that. Said, well, what was that all about? Natalie was like, nothing I can't handle. She ain't even going into it with Lucia. So that was that. Lucia went on into the room with Joey. He's talking to Joey. And you know, Joey was saying, why do you have to keep coming at me? He's my best friend. I killed my best friend. This, that. He's like, hey, don't worry about that. It is what it is. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. So I was trying to protect Fawn. This is when the rest of the story comes out. This is how now Lucia knows, you know, that Fawn was the one carrying the money. That, and they have proof that that in Quan's phone that he was videoing her and stuff and following her, that they were actually coming for Fawn. And he told her, he said, I just wanted to protect her. He said, well, you did a great job protecting her. And as a man, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. It is what it is. He was going to try to get you. You got him. And don't be sitting around feeling bad about it. It's a wrap. He's like, I'm on probation. I violated my parole. I'm going to have to go back to jail. He's like, don't even worry about that. Don't even worry about that. Water off a duck's back, water under the bridge, dead motherfucker. Oh, well, let's move on. Don't even worry about it. I was like, all right, no, that's right. So we had that go on. Go back to Randall and Alex. So they still they riding because they coming all the way back to the town. They still riding. Child, Randall still saying smart shit. That bitch said, my parents are dead. You know, and he stand up to talk. Because she said to my mother better be all right. My mother just said, she said, my parents are dead, Randall. He said, yeah, they are, aren't they? You shouldn't have called them. Said you shouldn't have called him. He said it's gonna be even worse. She said you were trying to take my child. He's like, oh no, I'm going to take him. He said because you called them, so all of this is premeditated. So yeah, it's really going to be on now. And he told her, he said you can't be a good parent from jail. How you gonna be a good mother from prison? He's like, you can forget it. It's a wrap. All this is going on in paramedic. Paramedics still ain't saying nothing. I said this is just ridiculous. Okay, so let's switch back over to the girls. So by this time, you know, it's time. The kid, it's no morning. The kids going. They trying to get the kids off to school and all this. Officer Rick never would tell Esperanza because Esperanza was trying to nab. Would tell Esperanza what was going on over at Ramsay's, but it didn't matter. We knew what was going on at Ramsay's because when we pulled that, when Esperanza pulled that baby, they was putting the yellow tape out. You know what the yellow tape is for, right? A body. There's a body. That's why there's yellow tape. So from that point, we already knew what happened with Ramsay. It was a done deal. They kept saying, I can't tell you that. I can't tell you that. Esperanza goes in and she tells them, they wouldn't tell me anything, this, that, and the other. So Kelly's going on. And this is when the acting was just really bad. It was Kelly's acting. Nobody else. Everybody else was dead on it. At this point, Kelly looks out the window. She's like, wait a minute. The coroner's out there. And Marcy jumped up, was like, what? And ran out the door. And then they, you know, they get into the whole thing. The whole scene was fucked up. It was a fucked up scene. And it was really all because of Kelly. Her acting was so horrible. Horrible. They still asking questions. And I'm like, the coroner's there. There's yellow tape up. End of story. End of story. Kelly starts backpedaling and pussy popping. She ain't said nothing about Randall. This is the time. You know, it would just come out your mouth. He done harassed you and did all these different things. We already know Ramsay's over there dead. They show a picture, said, is this him? Yeah. Yeah, that's who's over there dead. That's when you would just regurgitate the fucking information at that point. At that point, I mean, he done went so far. He done killed this boy. And bitch, you know it's all about you. You know for a fact that this boy is dead, bitch, and it's all about you. It's about you. Are you kidding me? And you still backpedaling and pussy popping. How does that work? Girl plays. Anyway, but that acting was bad, and that just irritated the fuck out of me. And that's where it basically ended up, where it ended out at. Irritated the hell out of me. That's why I said I don't know how I really felt about this. Anyway, whatever. But yeah, that damn acting was bad on that last little part there. But damn, Ramsay's dead and shit. Now, I didn't think Ramsay was actually going to be dead. I thought that Trayvon was just gone to film Moonlight, and now that Moonlight and all that's done, he would actually come back. But damn, I guess they couldn't get the contracts together or whatever. But I can't imagine that this is the way that Tyler wanted this part to go originally. But then again, who knows? You know, Tyler's strange. But anyway, that's it. I'll see y'all. I done talked for 20 minutes. Lord have mercy. I'll talk to y'all next week. Peace.